Okay, try number 3. First time I was belching, second time I started sneezing. Anyways, hi, it's Christmas Eve. I tried to do a vlog yesterday while I was out walking, and when I just reviewed it, I realized that you saw my shoulder. I was holding the camera, not looking at it, just walking at a very fast pace. So, and besides, something has happened since that vlog, so I want to come in and just update. The first thing I want to say is that, again, 2019 is just beating the crap out of us, me, and I can't wait to see it go. I can't wait for 2019 to be over, and in hopes that 2020 will be gentler. I get a call yesterday afternoon from my daughter, who's in Florida. They left for Florida on Friday, got there Saturday afternoon. Rented a condo. They have a beautiful, she FaceTimed me when they got there, showed me the tour of the place. It's absolutely gorgeous. Pretty good sized backyard, and then after the backyard, little path, and there's the ocean. So, 200 yards from the house, they got the ocean. I'm gonna be there for 2 weeks. So I get a call that her husband's in the ER, and she said, just in a split second, everybody, your life can be changed. And I pray every single morning for a hedge of protection to be put around my friends, my family, that no harm, no sickness will come upon them. And I do that fervently daily. And she said the angels were absolutely with them yesterday. So her husband had encouraged her to go take a run. She likes to run. And he stayed back with the 4 kids. And she said that as she was running, she was looking at the ocean and saying, wow, the waves were huge. And she was like, he wouldn't take the kids down to the water without me. Yeah, she goes, because I stopped and thought, I'm going to go back. She said, no, I need to run. It's very good mentally. I need to run. I'll feel better once I do it. So she finished her run. She got home. She wasn't in the door a couple seconds, minutes. And my oldest grandson, Lincoln, comes into the door covered in blood, crying, making no sense. She runs to him. What happened? He's trying to babble out something about getting caught in the waves and hitting rocks. And then the next thing she knows, and she's trying to, nurse him, and she hears her daughter, my granddaughter, Olivia, running towards the house, screaming. She said it was a panic scream. I knew something was horribly wrong. And at that point, Lincoln hadn't mentioned anything else. She runs to the door, and Livy's running towards her going, Daddy's hurt really bad. Daddy's hurt really bad. Hold on. I don't want to cry again. Tierney runs down to the beach, and her husband is laid out on the sand, covered in blood. Okay, so fast forward, they get him to the hospital. He needed to be stitched up. He had some pretty bad gashes. Apparently, he had taken the kids down to the water and had, I guess there's a stone wall at somewhere close that kind of juts out so the water will be calmer in this one area in this inlet. And he had warned Lincoln not to go, if he was going to go into the water, not to go over near the water because the waves were so bad. The waves were really bad. And he said he had turned away to deal with the other kids who were on the sand for a minute, and then he hears a scream, and he turns and he sees my grandson's body being flailed into the rocks. My son-in-law is a young man and a very strong man and a very athletic man, and it took everything in him to get out to my grandson. He was being flailed into the rocks himself. He said to my daughter, I was watching and I thought I was going to watch our son die. I didn't think I was going to get to him. I'm sorry. Actually, Joel got the worst of it. My grandson ended up with just a lot of, superficial wounds. Nothing that even needed to be stitches, and just a lot of bruising. neither of them ever hit their heads. So the angels saved their lives. And again, they're so far away from me. I'm sorry that it just really upset me, because this is what I fear every time they leave, is that something's going to happen and I'm not near them. And I'd have to, but she said everybody's okay. When she was talking to me, he was still getting stitched up, but then I talked to them later, and Joel was relaxing, and he said, I'm fine just watching the ocean from my recliner right now. I guess his feet got really beat up. I mean, chunks of flesh were just pulled, and they were such in a way that they couldn't really sew these areas up. They just had to kind of butterfly them. She said his feet looked really bad. She had sent me some pictures of my grandson in the area where he was stitched up, my son-in-law, but praise God, he didn't call them home, because that would be my breaking point. I can't take another. No, I'm doing so good, but that would break me. That would break me completely. That would be the end of it for me. So that was a huge thing yesterday. My birthday went really well. We didn't we went out to dinner. My younger daughter stood up and gave a beautiful toast that brought tears to everybody's eyes. Because I had mentioned in my vlog that day, I think, about being present in people's lives. And didn't she say that? She goes, I want to say that I love you so much. And I'm so grateful that you're such an example of strength, and that you've pushed through for us. And we know it's for us. You've done this for us, not for yourself. And that you are present in our lives now. And that we missed you. We missed you so much. And we're so blessed to have you back with us. And she said a lot more, but we were all crying. She said, I'm going to cry, and then we all started crying. And it was a beautiful, beautiful toast to me. And I appreciated it, because she said, I want you to know all the work you've done does not go unnoticed. We love you, and we are always here for you. And forgive my look. I just got out of bed, by the way. Not that I look any different any other day. Anyway, then Saturday, I went out with my girlfriends. We didn't end up going to the village for the Charles Dickens Christmas like we were going to do. It was cold, and I have two friends who has very limited mobility, so we chose to just go to a restaurant, and we had a wonderful lunch and talked and laughed as always. And then we went to the Christmas tree store, which was a lot of fun, because I was feeling so good, so blessed. Even my daughter, the night, at my birthday dinner, my daughter was trying to count on her fingers how many years that I've been not present. And I said, it's been 6 years. And they were like, gosh, 6 years. And I go, yeah, 6 years that I have been incapacitated with my illness. So I was feeling so good with my girlfriends, I bust out in a song of Jingle Bells, and it ended up being almost like a mini flash mob, because before I just started singing at the top of my lungs, Jingle Bells. I didn't care. And before I knew it, half a dozen people were joined in with me. And that was funny. So we did more shopping at a couple other stores together. Just had a great time. Again, it renews my spirit to be with my girlfriends and just laugh and not talk about your illness, not talk about your aches and pains. Just have fun and laugh and smile. It does a world of good for me. So I'm gonna go to Christmas Eve church service later on this afternoon around 5. And then the rest of my family, my son and his girlfriend and her 6-year-old son, and my daughter and son-in-law are all coming over here for dinner. We're having prime rib tomorrow for Christmas. So that's our Christmas. I just wanted to let you know that prayer matters. And I'm telling you, I believe in my whole heart that the prayers that I sent up for the protection of my family were heard yesterday. I praise God my daughter was not there to witness, because I know my son-in-law is going to have some flashbacks of this. I mean, it was traumatic for him. Traumatic. It's traumatic for my grandson. My grandson now has a huge awakening that he's not invincible at 8 years old, because, you know, he's one of those sport athlete kind of, you know, he all my grandkids could ride a two-wheeler by the time they're 2. That's my son-in-law's doing. He was wakeboarding at the age of 5, and now at 8 he does better than adults. And now he realized, oh, I'm not invincible. Things can happen to me. So I just wanted to pop in and share that. I've had some weird symptoms lately. I'm not going to go into it. I'm not going to give it any. I can't think of the word. Attention, that's not the word, but I'm not going to talk about it. But I have been having some different symptoms lately that I haven't had in the past. But we'll just see what happens with that. I don't know, and I don't care. I just want to move forward and keep moving forward. And my daughter, before this happened, when she was giving me the tour of the place, she said, Joel and I were talking that next year we got to do this, all of us. You and Dad rent a condo next to us, Brittany and Chris run a condo on the other side, and all of us come down here and be together for a week or two. And I just have to get over my fear of not sleeping in a strange bed, because I don't sleep in my own bed as it is, and I have to get over my fear of my, just being so OCD about my schedule, what time I go to bed, what time I get up, that kind of garbage that you just can't do when you're on vacation, because you don't want to ruin everybody else's time, like, oh, it's time to go to bed, don't care what we're doing, but I gotta go to bed, that kind of thing. Anyway, I wish you a Merry Christmas, and I know some of you are not having a good time of it, but I always look at it this way. There's always somebody who's got it way worse than us, and I know this is our reality, but wow. And try to live for the moment. Try, because we never know. If this last year didn't teach me that, nothing would teach me that. Just in a split second, everything can change. My brother literally was stepping up on a curb, and he's dead from stepping up onto a curb. My daughter's babysitter, she made the decision to drink and drive, and in a split second she took another soul off this earth who was just taking a Saturday night drive with his wife. And the next thing he knows, he's dead. Well, not the next thing he knows, but he's dead, and she's dead too. Just things happen so quickly in a matter of a second. And my grandson and my son-in-law. Anyways, what I was saying is I was glad my daughter was not there to witness it, because my daughter's like me. That would have really upset her badly. But anyway, I pray for all of you. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and bye-bye.